Hey, I'm Scott and I am an American in Bangkok. Today we're going to talk about Sin Sod. We're going to discuss the things you need to know about Sin Sod. But before I get started, please do me a favor, click like, subscribe, join. Look down in the description, check out how you can get in touch with me or you can help support the channel. And if you need some help, please feel free to email me at anamericaninbangkok@gmail.com, anamericaninbangkok@gmail.com. And I, who have been here for almost 30 years, almost half my life, I'm married for 25 years, got 2 kids, grown kids. If you need help, chances are I can help you, so send me an email. Okay. Sin Sod, what you need to know. Sin Sod is a customary practice that in Thai marriage traditions involves a payment made by the groom to the bride's parents. It is often mistranslated as a dowry. However, the better description for it might be Thai bride price. A slight difference, but Sin Sod symbolizes gratitude for the investment made in raising the daughter and compensates for the loss incurred when she is no longer readily available to support them. Additionally, Sin Sod reflects the groom's ability and financial capability to care for the bride. While it holds significant cultural importance, not all families retain the money, and in contemporary times, a portion or all of the funds are often returned. Payment is not always made. Many families nowadays forego the payment. However, here are a few reasons for the payment. Traditionally, the eldest unmarried daughter financially supports the parents until marriage, and Sin Sod in some respects replaces this income for parents who may lack a pension plan or savings. Wealthier families may return the money, emphasizing the symbolic nature rather than financial necessity. In Thai society, once a woman is married or has children, finding another suitable partner can be very challenging, that's for sure. Sin Sod acts as a form of insurance, ensuring financial support for the family in the event of the separation or if the woman becomes a single mother. This becomes crucial as societal norms make it difficult for older Thai women to secure employment and to find a man. In economically disadvantaged families, Sin Sod can be viewed as repayment for the financial sacrifices made to raise the daughter. Families may have sold land or borrowed money to support their children through university or to provide basic necessities. And Sin Sod serves as compensation for this parental investment. Sin Sod is not buying a woman. Let's be clear about that. In Thai tradition, a man marrying a Thai woman is expected to pay Sin Sod. Well, they were. Now things are changing a bit, and the agreed upon amount is typically determined through discussions between the two families. In cases where a foreign groom's parents are absent, it becomes his responsibility. That's you. It's your responsibility to inquire about the expected amount, and that's usually done through the wife. In modern times, many families may not expect Sin Sod, and some couples reject the tradition due to its outdated connotations. While the money may be displayed at the wedding, it is not uncommon for it to be returned. However, expecting or requesting the return of Sin Sod is considered inappropriate, and any return is typically done willingly. So what you need to do is speak to your partner, your potential mate, and she goes to the parents and speaks to them. And in most cases, you keep your mouth shut. You talk to her, she talks to the parents. If you have a good woman, she'll attempt to thread the needle and work on your behalf while still trying to keep her family happy. Status is important in Thailand, and the greater her status, and the greater the family status, the more money they may ask for. Her status has to do with her family standing. Is she rich or poor, middle class? Does her family have connections? Does she have any connections? Where did she study? Did she go to a school reserved for the affluent? Or, how did she grow up? What kind of lifestyle did she have? What is her job? Where does she work? What are her earnings? And of course, is she a virgin, or does she have, maybe she's had one boyfriend? Has she been married? Does she have children? All these things factor into Sin Sod. So really, you need to take the time to get to know her. Unlike Western relationships, Western relationships, Western and Thai relationships, I think you really need to get to know the girl so that you see through any of the problems she may have. You get to know her, and things start to come out, and hopefully not too many serious things will come out. You won't find anything out that's going to be a deal breaker, but take the time to know her. If you wonder if she's trustworthy, well, she probably isn't. Think this way and trust your gut. Never mind her tears. All the tears in the world don't make up for her lying, if she's lying. Now, I'm not saying that this happens all the time, but let's just be honest. Sometimes there are women who are unscrupulous. Think logically and reasonably. Do your due diligence. Get to know her. Really know her. I know some people say they met their husband or wife, and after a week or a couple of months, they got married. Oh, and we've been together ever since. Okay, great. That is not the norm. When I say get to know her, I mean really get to know her. Hopefully, in due time, any problems that she may have, big or small, will come out, and you can decide what you want to do about it. This doesn't happen overnight. You don't get to know them overnight. Make sure that you and her both have similar feelings about marriage, children, and family. That's very important. She can always just say whatever you want to hear, but let's hope that she is honest, forthcoming, and that you feel somewhat the same about marriage, children, and family. It doesn't matter if she's a regular girl or a sex worker, whatever kind of sex worker that may be, go-go dancer, freelancer, bar girl, massage therapist, at a soapy or something. Get to know her. You got to get to know her. Now, if you get stuck in negotiations with her family rather, you get stuck in negotiations with her, she's stuck in negotiations with the family. You may be forced to choose between paying the family and going against what you believe in, or being broke with a new wife and walking away from her, which is probably not an easy choice. You may have those choices. Do I walk away? Do I really love her? Do I want to pay this? Am I going to be flat broke for years on end because I capitulated and decided to fork over the cash? Borrowing $25,000 for the Sin Sod may be reasonable for some, unreasonable for others, but don't spend more than you're willing to lose. If the family will absolutely not negotiate, this might be the sign you're looking for to move on. It's unfortunate, but sometimes two people are just too far apart. If they're telling you, we want 1 million baht, and you go, I'll give a 500,000, that's it. And they go, well, we're not budging. Sorry, 1 million baht. And you're like, well, what am I supposed to do? Well, guess what? You got to make a choice. And that's the hard part. Nobody said life was easy. But if you are looking for a wife, what I would say is aim a little higher. Aim higher than what you think you might be able to get. Maybe you'll get lucky. Aim higher. If you're earning $150,000 a year and you find yourself smitten with the local, say maybe she's an Isan barista or something like that, she's earning 10,000 baht a month, understand you're probably going to be paying for everything, and Sin Sod will most likely be on the table. You're going to have to pay Sin Sod. It could be 100 to 300,000. Just depends on what you can negotiate and what they're asking for. Generally, Sin Sod ranges from about 100,000 all the way to about 1 million, and in some circles it can go up to 2-3 million baht or more. In addition, you are going to be the person responsible for taking care of her. You need to remember that. You'll be taking care of her until the day you die. That's what you got to remember. So if you want to do that, great. If you're smart, you may choose to get away from the girls looking to move it on up. They want to do the George Jefferson. They want to leave poverty behind. And I understand that, okay? Chances are these girls will marry just about anybody, though. Anybody that they like a little bit, they might marry him. So is she interested in you, or is she just interested in having someone taking care of her? You may be better served to look for a girl who has a decent job. Preferably, she has a decent education. She's finished high school or college. And she has potential to make a living of her own. In other words, she doesn't need you for the money. She may say, okay, you're making more than I am. Can you help me out? Can can we work something out? Okay, I understand that. But if something happens to you, if you die and she's young and left with a couple, or fairly young and left with a couple of kids, does she have the skills to support the family financially? Can she do that? That's important. Some men want to take care of their women. They don't want them to work. Traditional roles, men want to bring home the bacon and the women to take care of the kids and the house. And that's fine as long as it's what both parties want, what they negotiate in the beginning, what they decide upon. Otherwise, when you're negotiating, you will never be successful in the negotiations unless you are willing to walk away. So don't pay more than you can afford. I mean, reasonably afford. I understand it might be a little bit of a stretch. Oh, I've got to tap into my savings, or I might have to take a loan for $5,000 or something like that. Okay, I understand those kind of things, but the reality is, do you want to put yourself in debt where you're going to be in debt for years? No, you really don't want to. Love is love. I understand that. But if you're looking at 5 years of being flat broke, I don't know, you might want to weigh your options. You might want to try to negotiate with the family to get it down a little bit more so that it's a little more reasonable for you. The price has to be something that you agree on and that they agree on, and everybody's got to be happy, and then it's a happy, momentous occasion. Anyway, that's all I have. Until next time, I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Make sure you click like, subscribe, join. Look down in the description. Everything's right there. And until next time, I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. I will see you all later. Chok di leo jokan mai, which is good luck, and see you later.